Okay, hello everyone. We're on the last video related to project planning. We have already covered several topics in the planning arena. We've talked about how to enter tasks and durations, the dependencies between those tasks, subtasks, tier 1, tier 2 structure. We've talked about how to add resources to the project plan, to check the schedule without buffers for cycle time and resource loads, and how to stagger within a project. In our last video, we talked about adding some focusing milestones as well as preparation points and how to model some longer purchasing activities. And in this video, I want to just do some final touches on the plan. We're going to add buffers. We're going to check for slack, which is possibly a new term, but we'll talk about that a little bit. And then we're not going to enter task managers here, but I'll talk about it a little bit, and we'll accept the project for execution. Okay, let's go to Concerto. Okay, we're back in Concerto. I'm back to my project that we've been working on. It has the critical change still showing, the milestones that we've inserted in the last video, and now we're ready to insert buffers. So in a nutshell, what does buffering do and why is it needed? I won't go too long in this discussion, but we want to insert buffers so that we can take advantage of when tier 1 tasks finish early, and also have some time that we can use to work on tasks if they take a little bit longer. So rather than having due dates for every tier 1 task and when they need to be completed, we're going to manage the project to fewer dates: the project end date, maybe a date for this completion milestone, maybe a full kit date, right? So we're going to manage the project to these key dates, and then we will take these tasks that are unbuffered right now, and we will take, because these tasks we're not sure how long these will take, right? 5 days, maybe it'll take 6 days, maybe it'll take 4 days. So there's some duration uncertainty for sure in all of our tasks, almost all of our tasks. So the concept here really is to take some time out of each of these individual tasks, place that at the end of the project, or place maybe some of it in front of this contractual milestone, so that we have some time that we can use if we are running ahead or running behind. Okay. So it also helps us to set priorities. So if one project within a portfolio is running behind and another project is running ahead, we want to focus capacity if we have limited capacity on that project that's running behind, because we really want all the projects in our portfolio to finish on time, right? So without going too much further, and there may be some questions around buffering, and we can answer those separately. I can include just individual or separate video on buffering if you want to, but you guys let me know. And what I will do here is go back into the parameters for the project, and I'll set my buffering parameters up. So here I can select to apply buffers, and I guess a good question is, how large should these buffers be, and what kind of reduction should I take on this task? Because when I take this chain, right, I'm going to have this chain here, but the overall chain is going to remain the same length. So the project target date won't change very much. But what will happen is we'll take some time out of each of these small tasks and place it at the end to be used as kind of a safety, right? But we still plan on using that safety. So I'm going to go to my scheduling parameters now, again, and I'm going to set this project up so that we have 50% buffers. and I'm going to take a 33% reduction in the task duration and apply that in the next run. I'm not going to select consume feeding buffers. I'm going to push out the project due date for this first iteration. And I'm going to select round to the nearest quarter just so I don't, otherwise Concerto will round up to whole days. So what this means is I'll have the overall chain length. I'm going to take 1/3 of that chain length. So reduce all the tasks by 1/3. So the chain length will now be 2/3 of the original value. I'll take that 1/3 that we reduced, place it at the end of the project. So there'll be 2/3 of task time, 1/3 of project buffer. That means the project buffer is 50% of the chain length. That's why we use 50% buffers. So hopefully that makes sense to you. Again, the entire duration, cut it into thirds. 2/3 will be tasks, 1/3 will be buffer. Buffer will be 50% of the task chain. Okay. And I'm going to select apply that to next run. I'm going to click submit, and then we will generate schedule, and we'll see how that cut works for us. All right, our duration is now still 41 days. That's good. We're ending on the 20th. So that's the same duration. The tasks are all 2/3 of the original duration. You can see the durations here in 0.25 day segments. And then the project buffer is 14 days long. Okay. And our projected dates are down here. And to copy our projected dates back into the milestone due dates, the next thing we would do, if we're happy with the duration of this plan, how it's buffered, the setting of the full kit points, we'll see the contractual milestone here, or completion milestone now is set for 9/18. That makes sense with the chain and the buffer. You'll see this full kit point down here with a projection of 10/9, which appears to be out here. But that's where we expect this full kit to complete if I use this buffer at the same rate that I complete chain up until that full kit. So I don't want to shoot for a full kit that's moved way to the left. The full kit actual due date is out here, but visually it looks like it's here. But as we get closer here, we'll be using this buffer. That full kit projection will move close to its due date. Okay, so that's kind of how this works. So I'm going to click here to accept the plan. I may save a baseline if I want to, and click OK, and that plan is saved. Save the baseline, and I'm just gonna save this plan right now because I want to. I think I did one final before and another iteration of this, so let's go back to my revision history, and I'll see the final then saved there, right? So I have all the versions that I've saved along the way, and my final 2 is the last one. Okay. Now, in the next video, so this video we talked about adding the buffers to the project plan, and we talked about the projections, actually accepting the plan and running a baseline. And in the next video, we'll talk about how to put this plan actually in progress, because right now it's in planned state. We'll put it in progress, and then how we start to manage this project. Okay, thank you.